André de la Falaise, coming here from beautiful Rigaud, Quebec in Canada, where it's about minus 15 Celsius right now, plus wind, so it's not the warmest, but it's beautiful winter wonderland. So today I thought I would discuss sort of my blanket evolution, that we could say. This is actually, I think, my second or third model. This is the front section. Literally, I took a horse blanket and sort of traced it. I wanted to make it completely adjustable for different size horses. My mare's about 16 hands, and I wanted it to be able to fit bigger horses. Also, I don't like it when it pulls on the chest. I found that the two-piece sets that sort of have Velcro where the saddle goes tended to show a lot of pulling on the shoulder area, so I wanted to do a completely separate front and back. What I did with this one is I actually took a very elastic breast collar that I put in. It's completely adjustable. I have to admit I probably won't be doing this again. The buckles sort of get annoying to tie, and also it didn't give a very good tight fit. Again, this was literally so that I could put it on multiple horses. So obviously it wouldn't fit every horse very well. So pretty much we'll just put it on. So I like to have lots of clips so that it's easy to take on and off. I mean, it is on a breastplate, so you do have to put it over the horse's head. Obviously you want to make sure your horse is okay with that. Come back here to get started. So this one was made for my jousting saddle. Yes, I'm very happy. Set up center. Normally I have a clip, so I can just clip it to these. It must have fallen out, but I mean the idea is you can just sort of pass through. Or literally clips make everything better. And then again, like, it's super adjustable. And then I have another one that's here that goes around the girth. Or if you have, my other saddle actually had D-rings down here. So I could literally just, again, with a clip it to the D-ring. Just clipping does make it easier, and I'm not doing this again. See how it slides? It doesn't hold it very tight. Okay, obviously my girth is too loose. But anyway, that just sort of gives you an idea. But if you come in front, it's very baggy. But it's definitely not gonna be tight on the shoulders. There's no shoulder pulling at all. The inside layer is a silk or silk derivative, super smooth, so you don't get any rubs. But again, like I said, this is not the best fitting one that I have, but I did put it on a 17-hand 2 horse and it fit fine, so that was great. So we'll put the back part on. Okay, so what I like to do with the back part is I have this section that's actually going to go right under the saddle pad and clip to the saddle itself. You do need a saddle with something in the back. I think those can be added after. And then this will actually usually clip to those sort of D-clips that I have on my other saddle. You can also just make those that go around the girth, and they just have 2 Ds on each side. You put it through the girth and you pass it. Okay. Again, this is super adjustable. So it's literally a humongo rectangle. So again, like I say, it goes under here, and then I made multiple ties on top so that depending how long the horse is, I can just clip it, you know, further close to the top or not. And then of course, this doesn't work in the winter. Right there, I have a clip. And then you just slide the rest there. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, I know, very excited. So I don't have my D-rings on this saddle. Actually, this works really good. I can just clip it there. I tried to make these somewhat adjustable. This looks way too long right now. And what I had noticed, what the problem was with her, was that, as you can see, the bottom is way too long. Right? It doesn't look very nice. Obviously, she knows I'm back here. So what I ended up doing is I put 2 D-rings. Tried to be equally distanced, didn't quite work, but, and what you do, again, this is only for one that you want to be completely adjustable, is you can tighten it or loosen it, and it does this really nice fold and it brings the butt up. Okay, so, you know, it just tucks it up really nice. The back is a lot more even, it's not perfect, but like I said, this is pretty adjustable between horses. I don't like the super big round half circle blankets. I find if they're not made exactly for the horse, if they're a little too long, if they get a little tense and they back up, they might actually step on it, which to me is super dangerous, and these things cost money, so I'd rather not tear them. So I mean, even this length is borderline for me. I should have made it a little taller. Okay, so this is for my sort of second blanket trial. Like I said, this was supposed to be completely adjustable, and it does fit a horse from 16 hands to about 17 too. So it did what I wanted it to do. Okay, so that was the first blanket. Hi, it's Audrey de la Falaise, and this is my third blanket trial. This one I decided not to go with the breastplate because it was supposed to be made for one specific horse. So pretty much again, just the front of any old horse blanket. We have the fake silk on the inside. I put 3 buckles, really didn't need 3. And instead of having all those buckles that were on the breastplate, I actually just tied them straight to the blanket. Again, there's some adjustability there, and they all have snaps. Snaps make everything better. Alright, so let's try it on. Actually, she's in a pissy mood, so we'll open them up. Feel her hay, Freddie. This is Bella. This is not who the blanket was made for, but they're similar sizes, so it should fit pretty good. Okay. Okay, so these are all snaps. So I have 2 short snaps in the front that go and clip to just the regular snaps on the saddle. I did put elastics in them. I don't think it's really needed. There isn't that much strength. And also I find they sort of get weird looking. So I did not do that again. And then on my next blanket. And then just the front. Again, 3, you probably don't need 3. I have seen people do it with holes and string. If you feel really patient about stringing it, go for it. I don't have that patience. So this is where I would need an extra special strap with D-rings to snap it on. I have something similar. I'll just bring it out in a second. But again, this is elastic. The silk is super soft on the skin, so it won't rub. And also, it's tied to the saddle. It's not tied to the back, so it doesn't actually pull. It's very nice and floaty. Okay, let's get the back. The back is very, very similar to the last one that I showed, except it's not adjustable, or not really. So we have just 2 clips that are going to be at the same height as those lower clips in the front section. And then I have a top clip right here. Again, goes there. This goes under the saddle. And this one I made it so that it covers, it's a lot tighter on the horse. I do want to go where my leg is. I want that to be free so that I can actually, you know, signal my horse. So this is something, you could probably just pass it through the girth. This is elastic. I use it on another blanket. It's adjustable. They're really cheap. Not sure how strong they are, but anyway, it should hold it together. And so this one again is square, but the back I ended up doing sort of suture lines to fit the horse, and we have a tail tie, or an under tail thing. And what I like about this model, so we have one problem where sometimes the horse is ridden by different riders, and every rider, right, has their own colors. So what I ended up doing is I put in tiny little snaps. that are on the back of my, so all you do, without hopefully, usually you do this before you tag it to the horse, is you snap on, there's 5 of them. So that way we know which rider is riding the horse, and they're completely interchangeable. I have now 2 blankets that have them, and that way I can, you know, ride one horse, have my colors, somebody else gets on, they put their colors, and that is my second sample of a blanket. Thank you. Hi, it's Andre de la Falaise, and this is my last blanket that I actually made. This is my 4th trial to go on this humongous horse named Freddie. It was a blanket that I made specifically for him, so it was sized for him. It's not made to go on other horses. As I go on, right, I want to make stuff easier and easier, so right now we're down to 1 buckle instead of 3. I found the other ones were absolutely useless. This one has little fringe on the bottom, make it pretty. Okay, so just tie the front one. Again, this is actually a much heavier material than the others, but it's still lined with my super soft silk-like material, so it doesn't rub. I feel like this material would absolutely rub if I let it. Okay, so the difference in this one is I actually just tacked it in 2 places. So this one goes, I have a special clip on this saddle. This is a Patriot from Len Brown. It's completely different than my other saddle, which was just a plain English one. So I can actually just clip it to here, or I could clip it to the back of the saddle. And then I have sort of 2 adjustments with just D-rings that just clip with the snaps. Okay, let's get to the back. Okay, so the back again is pretty much just a big rectangle that I folded the butt over. Again, I just had to do that on the horse. It took a lot of trial and pinning. Okay, so we have the same thing. We have this clip on the top that's gonna clip right to my saddle. So I want to make sure I slide it underneath nice and square. A lot easier with the girth not done. Let me undo the girth. So you want to have the saddle on but not tightened at all when you do this. Again, if this was too close, I could just put a leather strap so it could lengthen it. And again, I put 3 rings in case I wanted it to be slightly adjustable. Okay, so here's that elastic thing I was talking to you about. I found it in the blanket section at one of the tack shops. So I would literally just sort of pass it through the girth area and clip it to the other one. And to me this looks a little loose, but with the back one pretty straight. You don't have a lot of tension on there. Again, this is one of my special blankets where I put those snaps on. So let's say I'm riding, these are my colors, and yay, I finished riding, awesome. Oh no, my boyfriend, Cyrano, has to get on. So what I do, I just take the snaps off, and I put his colors on. It takes literally 3 seconds, and your colors are changed. Honestly, I think this should be used for everybody that has a horse that they're lending, or a horse that's used by multiple riders, because it's easy. It takes 5 minutes. From right, you have them on the right and the left. They're completely interchangeable. And oh yeah, and there's also okay, I would probably suggest an elastic one, but anyway, there's a tail tie. And actually this blanket, we haven't had it shifting around at all when we've been galloping, so it's pretty stable even with just those 2 little elastics holding it on the side. This took a while to get correct. We could probably have tucked it in a little bit more. That's just trial and error, but it does look pretty good on the horse when he is cantering, so it's not a big deal. And next movie I will show you step by step how to make a new blanket. Have a great day.